Hi everyone and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to make a granny square. I have a eye hook 5.25 millimeter and I am using, I love this yarn, 100% acrylic. It says to use eye hook. Oh, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. This is a number 4 medium yarn. First we're going to make a magic circle, and if you don't know how to make a magic circle, I'll link that above. We're going to make a magic circle here, and now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this is going, actually I'm gonna do 2. We're gonna chain 2. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the circle, into our magic ring. 1, 2, and now this is where we're starting this. You can make a granny square and start as a circle or start as a square. We're going to start right from the beginning as a square. So we're going to do 2 double crochet and then our chain 2. That's going to count as 3 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 2. That's going to make our corner, and then we're going to do 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now we've made our next set of 3. We're going to chain 2 again for the next corner. We're going to do 3 more double crochets. We're going to do 2 more chains, and then we're going to do the last set of 3 double crochets. All right, we've made our 3. We've made our 4 sets of double crochets. We're going to chain 2. We're going to do a slip stitch into the top of our chain 2 from the very beginning. All right, and now we can pull our square closed, and this will be our first circle, our first round of our granny square. Now we're going to chain 3 or chain 2. I chain 2. I think it's tall enough, but you can chain 3. Either one is fine. So now our joining stitch is right at the very edge of this space, and we need to work in that space, and it doesn't give us a lot of room. So we're actually going to turn it over for this first time. Now this is going to count as our first double crochet, and we're going to do 2 more double crochets into the corner we created. 2, 3. All right, and then we're now going to do 2 single crochets. I'm sorry, 2 chain stitches, and then we're going to do 3 more double crochets into the same corner hole. Now we just made the corner of our next round, Now we're going to do one single chain over top our 3 double crochet from the previous row, and then we're going to work 3 double crochet into the next corner here. Okay. All right, we're going to slide that over just a little bit. We're going to do 2 more chains, and then we're going to do another 3 double crochet into that same hole to create the next corner. Three. Now you can see for the second round we've made 1 corner and 2 corners. So now over this set of 3 double crochet we're going to do 1 chain again, and now we're going to make our next corner in this hole over here. So 3 double crochet, then we'll do a chain 2, and then we'll do 3 double crochet again. So there's our third corner. Now we're over top of a set of 3 double crochet again, so we're going to do a chain 1, and now we're going to make this last corner just like we did the other ones, a double crochet, 3 of them, we're going to do 2 chains, and we're going to do 3 more double crochet into this corner. Now we will not do so many double crochet into each hole. This is only on the corners. In the corners you'll always do 3 double crochet, 2 chains, 3 double crochets to make your corners. Now we've come to the end here. We're over top a group of 3, so we're going to do a chain, and now we're going to join at the top of our initial chain 2. So we'll do a slip stitch here, and then we will do, and now you can see our granny square is starting to come together here. So now some people will make their every hole will have 3 double crochet in it going forward, except for the corners that'll have 3 double crochet, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. Some people, like we're right on the edge here, and we need to work 3 double crochet into this hole for the next round, and some people will work those 3 right into that hole, and that's fine. That's just not my preference, so I always turn it over and I work the other way, because then that gives me a bigger space. So now there's our first double crochet. We're going to do 2 more double crochet into this hole to make our set of 3, and now we're over top of a group of 3, so we're going to do 1 chain, and we're coming to a corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochet, the chain 2, and the 3 double crochet. Maybe, there we go. My aunt made my daughter a baby blanket when she was first born. My daughter's now 18, and she made my daughter a baby blanket out of baby yarn, and it was all made out of granny squares, and it is gorgeous. So that may loosen up and we can stop and sew it in, or we can just wait until the end. Okay, so I've done 2. I need 1 more, 3 double crochet to get our set of 3. So you can see we worked 3, then our 2 chains, and then 3 to make our next corner. So we're going to do chain 1 to go over top of our group of 3 here. And now in this hole, we're going to do our next set of 3 double crochets. 2. My yarn doesn't want to flow like it should here. 2, 1 more. And now we're over top of another group, so we're just going to chain 1, and then we're at a corner again, so we're going to do 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. So yeah, the blanket was gorgeous and I was not expecting it, and I will have to pull it out of, I have it packed away in her baby box now. I will pull it out and I will show it to you in my next yarn tube, which should be next week. So I'll have to show that. So make sure you come back so you can see the baby blanket. It's really pretty, and it's got like silver threads through it, and it's really pretty. Okay, so we're over top of group of 3 again. So we're going to do another chain 1, and in this hole we're going to do a set of 3 again. Now, granny squares can be as small or as large as you would like them to be. They can be, you know, just 1 or 2 rounds, like, or 3, like we have here, or your entire blanket can be made out of 1 large granny square. You just keep building this one bigger and bigger and bigger until you get it to the size you want it. All right, let's do our corner here. So we've done 3. We're going to make our corner 1, 2, and then we're going to do 3 more. I have actually even seen patterns that you can make wearable clothes. I'm not caught up on the show This Is Us, unfortunately, but apparently, did I do my chain 1 there? Yes. Apparently Rebecca was wearing a jacket or sweater made out of granny squares in one of the episodes. So I'll have to go look that up because everyone was talking about it on Facebook. Okay, so we did our group of 3. We're going to do our chain 1, and now we're building our last corner here. So we'll do our 3 double crochets. Our chain 2, and then our last 3 here, and then we'll take a look at it. There are blankets I've seen that are made out of granny squares that are all different sizes. Some are very small, some are very large, and those are really awesome. I think that's on my to-do list one day. Okay, so we're at the end of our 3rd round, and just like the first 2 rounds, we've gotten to the end. We're going to do our last single crochet, or our last chain, and then we're going to join it into the top of our first, and then we're going to do our chain 2 to build up. So now you can see we've gotten, I guess you can't see, so now you can see our granny square so far. We've gotten our 1, 2, 3 rows in, and again, you can make this as large as you want or as small as you want. The one my aunt made for my daughter is a bunch of squares that's probably only 1 or 2 rows, and it's made with a much finer yarn, so the squares will be much smaller. So I will have to pull that out and show it on my next yarn tube video. Drop a comment below and show me your work. So thanks. Happy stitches. If you're going to make a blanket that's of all granny squares and you want them to be the same size, periodically as you're doing the rows, I would stop and, you know, measure your square to make sure that you're getting consistently the same size, that your tension isn't changing, causing you to have, you know, smaller or larger squares. So then they're all the same size, uniform, and then they'll be much easier to block and join together.